What's up everybody? It's John from Autech coming at you today with an awesome video bringing you my top 5 gaming headsets to buy in early 2017 for around $50. So it goes without saying that this price category is highly competitive, and every gaming headset that we have with us today is compatible with not just the PC, PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, tablet, smartphone, or anything that accepts a 3.5mm 4-pole plug. So it goes without saying that when choosing a gaming headset, there is a lot of preference involved. But that's what I really like about the $50 price category, is it trims out a lot of the unnecessary, those headsets with extra aesthetic gamer flair that you don't really need, RGB lighting, or that virtual 7.1 surround sound that you definitely can go without, and brings the focus back to the fundamentals. That is the quality of the audio, the quality of the microphone, and of course, the comfort and the build of these headsets. So that's what I'm gonna focus on today. So let me get you all properly acquainted with the lineup that we have with us today. Starting off first, over here on my left, we have the Corsair Void stereo headset. The build feels the most durable, it's the heaviest here, but you couldn't tell with its stellar weight distribution and its adjustable plastic headband with its swivel ear cups. It's sturdy with comfort, aided by those microfiber wrapped ear pads. Up next, we have the HyperX Stinger. It's lightweight, mostly plastic build, steel band with great memory foam ear pads. It's the least expensive headset from the Kingston Cloud series. And from Logitech, we have the recently released G231s. Someone literally asked me if these were made by Google. I think that's a win here, but seriously, I like these. The lightest here and really comfortable with large, breathable, soft swivel ear cups. The build feels nice and I didn't want to take these off. Next up, we have the Razer Kraken Pro V1. So these are definitely the most gamery in looks in that bright green, but they also come in black and white. So digging the retractable mic, they're great to use on the go if you don't want the mic sticking out. And we also have one from SteelSeries, the Siberia 200. The mic is also retractable, pulls in and out of the ear cup, which I really love. I've taken these out and about with me. It has the largest color selection in the lineup: red, yellow, purple, and more. So I didn't like these at first, but my opinion changed over time, so more on that in a bit. Okay, so now that we're acquainted with today's lineup, let's get more specific in a variety of categories, and I'll give you my top picks, pros and cons, and thoughts within those categories. So starting off first, for build quality, the Corsair Void definitely wins in this one with that aluminum for the swivel joints along with a steel slider. It's the most well constructed. It is mostly plastic like the others, but it's thicker, heavier, and the weight distribution in the headband is done really well. And for second place, it's a tie between the HyperX Stinger, then the Logitech G231. Both are really light and with mostly plastic construction. They do have steel for the headband in both for adjustments that provide that extra stability. The only drawback with the G231 is there is some creak noises when moving the ear cups, but no biggie since the noise is kept well isolated from the listening experience. Okay, fourth, I'm giving it to the cult of Razer with the Kraken Pro V1, keeping it simple with minimal joints and a large, thick plastic that keeps it very far from feeling dainty. And lastly, we have the Siberia 200. Yes, I thought SteelSeries would be much better here. That intricacy of design that gives the first impression of premium. Overall, it's just a little bit too delicate, loose connections, and many pieces to the design. And there's also an audible rickety rack noise when the ear cups move. Normally that's no biggie, but the noise carries right into your ear cups. So listening experience when you move is diminished a little bit. Okay, and moving right along now to the features and accessories that come with these headsets. Well, the Corsair, HyperX, and Logitech all have those really cool 90-degree swivel in ear cup rotation, which is so sweet when you have them resting around your neck, and it's also said to increase their longevity. The Razer ear cups fold in, so super compact for storing away or on the go, and the SteelSeries Siberia 200 ear cups are a bit limited in movement. They only have a single direction, about 25 degrees of rotation. And moving on to those boom microphones, well, the Razer and the SteelSeries, I really love that they have retractable mics that you can pull in or out. Makes them great on the go if you don't want to have that huge mic sticking out. And the mics on the Logitech as well as the HyperX Stinger have a lot of flexibility to them, and they do mute when moved up and out of the way, as does the Corsair Voids, yet it's difficult to bend and shape that Corsair Void. It's rather stiff in nature. All headsets have controls for volume, whether on the headset themselves like on the Stinger and Void, or on the cables like the others. So for cables and adapters, of course they're all wired at this price category, all with cables ending in that 3.5mm 4-pole plug for headphone mic combo, with the exception of the Siberia 200, which ends in dual 3-pole plugs, although they all come with adapters for compatibility with dual or single connections. And they all have rubber cables except for the Logitech G231 being unique with its thin braid. I'm not the biggest fan of braided since friction on clothing can create unwanted noise in your ear cups. And as far as software is concerned, none of these headsets come with official software from their respective manufacturers, but that's not really something that you're missing out on, as there's nothing really proprietary about having different adjustments in the EQ or having different listening presets. So moving it on now to comfort, arguably one of the most important aspects when choosing a headset. In first place, I gotta give it to the Corsair Void. With those large microfiber wrapped foam ear pads, they enhance the head stage and they're pretty cozy. I thought the weight would be a little too much for me. They are the heaviest of the pack, but the distribution is great with light compression, which is super for long gaming sessions. They are larger in dimensions, thus could be a great fit for a bigger head. So about that foam on the ear pads, it is marketed as memory foam, but that's really a stretch. It's more of a pseudo memory foam. Once you've experienced that signature memory foam on the HyperX, that's what memory foam is supposed to feel like. So in second place, you could have guessed it, we have the HyperX Stinger. I found myself liking these a lot after multiple sessions and applications. The ear pads and headband, having that pleather with that memory foam that molds so well, and the compression of the headband is perfect for medium-sized heads. It stays in position without being too tight. All of this, along with its lightweight, made it the only headset in the lineup that I would forget that I was actually wearing. In third place, we have the Logitech G231. Headband compression is average. It has nylon mesh cloth in the large ear cups, perfect for breathability in long gaming sessions, and easy to wash. Just preference, but the coarse texture for the ear pads and right there up in the headband is not my favorite, being a little more abrasive than the other materials used. Okay, for the Razer Kraken Pro V1. In fourth year, I put these on at first, didn't really like them. They're really tight, the most compressive and sound isolating, but I kept wearing them and they did grow on me since they do seem to stretch over time to accommodate for your head size. So I might get some flack for this one, but the SteelSeries Siberia 200s were anticlimactic here for me. They aren't uncomfortable by any means. They seem more suited for a smaller head, and it's really just that lack of adjustability within the tension of the suspension headband that I'm not a fan of. Then the pleather cushions are actually the thinnest of the 5. They just don't give enough separation from ear to driver, my ears practically touching the foam fabric over the drivers. Okay, I'm moving along now to sound isolation. So you might prefer to have a more open environment. These are all closed back, so the majority of these don't have a lot of passive sound isolation, with the exception of the Razer Kraken Pro V1. Razer has by far the greatest sound isolation. Turn the volume up a bit and you can't even hear yourself speak. So like I was saying, all of these being close back headphones, there's not really a lot of head stage or sound stage with them like you would find in an open back headset. Although there is a degree of soundstage, and I think that's really important to note, because if you like to play first-person shooters, pinpointing both the distance direction of, say, your enemy. So I felt that the Corsair Voids produce the largest range of direction and distance of sound. And in second here comes the Logitech G231, perhaps because of the breathable materials and large ear cups, definitely helps it out here. Again, it's a close second, and the high marks are deserved, relatively speaking, here for sure. SteelSeries comes in a close third here, but were actually my favorite for FPS, and I'll get a bit more into that in a second. The HyperX Stinger comes in fourth. They're just average. You do get a sense of direction, and the audio's spacious, but that's the issue, is these elements aren't accompanied by a large enough distinction in scope of variety of the sound distances. And fifth here is the Razer Kraken Pros V1s. They're just not delivering here. The sound is boxy, and that's okay depending on game and preference. I like these for different games more, like MOBA, because of how isolated and loud they can produce audio. Okay, let's move on now to how these headsets produced the highs, mids, lows. First off, all headsets have a wide frequency response. For drivers, the Sabeer 200s, HyperX Stingers, as well as the Corsair Voids have 50mm drivers. And Logitech's G231s, as well as the version of the Razer Kraken Pro V1 we have with us here today, are using 40mm drivers. But beyond those technical specifications, like with any pair of headphones or headsets, there is a degree of color to the audio and a tuning of drivers that give the headsets that very unique sound signature. For highs, Corsair produced them with minimal distortion and overall were the smoothest and easiest to listen to. Follow them by the HyperX Stinger, which was clear and with a lack of peaks and response. So the Sabeer 200s do have the most detail in the audio at high frequencies. There's a nice distinction and intelligibility to the interaction between sounds in game, which I see being really useful for first-person shooters like I was talking about earlier. The caveat with them was without the aid of a preamp, the detail is there, but it's not really easy on the ear, which makes it a love-hate for me for the SteelSeries Sabeer 200s. And coming in fourth, the G231s, the highs are peaky, they're just too sharp and lacking detail relative to the formers. And in fifth, the Razer Kraken Pro V1s. I am part of the cult of Razer, but the highs here, they're just a bit too aggressive, hollow sounding, and if you wear them for very long durations, upper, mid-range, and highs could become uncomfortable. And moving it along now to the mid frequencies, well, the Corsair Void, as you would expect, keeps that really full and detailed sound in the mid-range. It's then followed by those SteelSeries Sabeer 200s, which do excel here with lots of clarity, detail, and accuracy. And in third, I'd give it to the HyperX Stingers. The mids are decent, but they're slightly recessed. Then followed by the Logitech G231s, which are just sort of edgy and almost tickle you in the high mid range. So it comes in, towards the end of the pack here. And then in fifth, the Razer Kraken Pro V1s. The mids are just really overpowered by its overemphasized lows that muffle these frequencies out. And about those lows, well, I think the Corsair Void takes the W again with a lot of control, grip, and warmth, which again was making it just a pleasure to listen to. Up next, the lows on the Logitech G231 are balanced, steady, and consistent. Next, we have SteelSeries. The bass is pretty lush, so no complaints. Then the HyperX Stingers bass, which is tight, yet it's a little thin, a little too light. And lastly, the Razer Kraken Pro V1s. So these are definitely the most polarizing headset in this lineup, because if it were up to sheer power of bass, easy win for Razer here. I think the intended balance of this headset is definitely going for that aspect of fun. The bass is just so boosted, the vibration goes throughout your entire head. I just wish that the bass was more controlled and tight. It's so overpowering, but it's muddy, and then it veils the mids, so yeah. So let's wrap things up now, finally, with what's a really important aspect to a headset, some mic tests. So this was done just plugged into my motherboard, since that's going to give a very nice representation of what the majority of you can expect out of these mics. What's up everybody? AwTech doing a little mic test right here on the Corsair headset. Definitely a really comfortable headset. Let's move on to the next mic test. What's up everyone? AwTech checking out the HyperX Stinger microphone. Let me know what you guys think. These are definitely some really popular headsets. What's up everybody? The cult of Razer is in the house with these bright green headsets. Let me know what you think of this microphone. What's up guys? AwTech here, checking out these Logitech headphones. Look like they belong to Google with that G and that orange. I don't know, it could just be me. Let me know what you think of this microphone. What's up guys? AwTech checking out the microphone on this SteelSeries headset. Let me know what you think of this microphone. Well, that's it for this video, guys. You know what to do. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up. This video, thumbs up if you enjoyed it, liked it, want to see more like it. Comment if you have a comment down below. Let me know which headset in this lineup was your favorite, or what you're currently rocking for your headphones or headsets, or what microphone you're using. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, guys, what are you waiting for? Get subscribed to my channel, Awe of Tech. Peace out, everyone. I can't wait to catch you in the next video.